Welcome back. In this video I get close to finishing the fairing of the 23-foot Sharpie I've designed and am building. My mission today is to try and get these on, which are the mounts for the running gear on the deck, running rigging, and I was going to drill and tap them as just a way of securing things, but I've decided to go with these barrel nuts, I think they're called, and they'll go through from under the deck. And so a screw will go through the top, through the fitting, and these will be under the deck. So these will be flush on the inside of the deck, so there'll be nothing to hit your head on. I'll get these nails off before it cures too much. Whoa. Gonna have to use two hands on this one. I'm just getting some resin around these because I'm about to cove them, but I don't want to miss the chemical bond window, which is easy to do on a fairly hot day like today. So I was going to try and glass these today as well, but I think it's better if, in this case, if I let the coving go off. It never fails to amaze me how well double bias conforms to different shapes. There's two layers on here, just a whole piece put on, and it wraps around nicely. I can't say the same for peel ply, so you have to use smaller pieces and second guess what it'll conform to. I'm getting a bit better at guessing that. The cabin is well underway, and I'll be doing some sanding and fairing on this today, some filling. It's probably the hardest part of the boat to do because of all the compound surfaces. Not much is very flat. Not that flat is that easy to do either. Just after Christmas I did this glassing on these edges here and around the cabin entrance there, the hatchway. Yeah, so I've done some filling already on the cabin, but it's not as easy as it could have been because I put those bands of carbon over the top for strength when I was building it. Before I get too deeply into the fairing of this whole area, I want to finish off the tabernacle. So the mast tabernacle, I've got to cut a U-shaped slot here on both sides and glass it. And I've got to make sure the inside is a certain distance so the bearing doesn't rattle around in there, top and bottom. And I want to get that done before I get close to finishing the cabin top. This is the third coat I've put on here and there in the low points, and it certainly won't be the last. Surely this is the last skim I'll have to put on the cabin side, right? We're soon going to find out. More sanding. And before you go too far, get the fairing baton on it. That's what I found. And it really tells a story. It's not always a story you want to hear, but it tells you you're really close. If you get initially you get lots of contact areas, it starts to tell you you're getting there. This area, when I stretched the this side around the boat, when I laid this panel around the boat, it flattened out a little bit here, so it was always going to be a little bit hollow in the middle of this, I was able to get the curve on the bottom, not so much in the middle, and get the curve on the top. So I've got to compensate for that a little bit with the filler. Not that it's highly critical, I don't mind if it's a little bit flat through there. The other thing is put plenty on the edges, otherwise you have to come along afterwards and fill the edges, which I've had to do in quite a few places. It's not the easiest thing to lay on fairing compound and get enough on the corners so that you can come along afterwards and radius it without extra filling. I've certainly got some unfinished business fairing around the top sides here down this part. I've been looking at it way too long, so as part of one of the jobs I'm doing at the moment, I'll try and get to the point where I can radius this corner. This starboard radius here is done. It looks pretty messy because it is really. I didn't do enough filling up to the corner when I did the top side fill in this area here for the tape overlap, and on the top I didn't bring the fill out far enough to the corner, so it's actually, you're not really saving any time by being a bit mean with the filler sometimes, and that's why on the other side, before I even get too close to a final sand, I've done quite a bit of filling. First of all, to get a nice fair radius on a corner like this is how I do it. I blacken this surface with some guide coat powder and then just run it around the boat like this. So that gives me all the high points for my initial taking down to 12mm. So I'm going to make this chamfer. That's what I did on the other side, so I've got to match it. So I've just got to be careful I don't go beyond 12mm. That's already about 11mm, so I can only take a little bit off there in places like that. I'll go over it once with this compass plane, and it's got an adjustable radius on this plate here by adjusting this, and it's been really handy in this project. So when it's set right, it just takes off the high points. I've tried to cut down the space that the winch takes inside the boat and kept it right up against that bulkhead, so I've overlapped this bulkhead a bit on the outside, so doing a bit of fairing there to blend it in a bit. This transom is surprisingly time consuming to fair up. I'm trying not to put too much on at a time, and this is about the third layer I put on. I think I'm getting close. Still hollow, I think. Corners are really hard to sand out, but this is the best way I've found to do it. I think one of the secrets of fairing is knowing when to stop on your first sand. And even I might have taken it a little bit far, because you can see the glass tape that wraps around this corner just starting to show there. So it's a good time to stop and fill before I take it any further. Otherwise, if I keep sanding, that'll remain probably a bit higher than here, and then you end up doing quite a big fill, whereas just a small fill probably is all that it's required. A lot of bubbles in this, so I've got to work those out. Better on the board than on the job. A few months ago I imagined myself out sailing on.
But I did go up to the Bay of Islands and watch the annual tall ships race, and I caught up with a few friends. They always have an amazing function afterwards, and they have food in the ground being cooked for about 800 people. They have 2 bands playing, and there's a prize giving. It's always extremely social and a great place to catch up with friends.
I think that turned out pretty good for the first coat for the cockpit floor. Once again, don't mix it too thick. That's the advantage of being able to mix the fairing compound yourself. You can make it the right mixture for the right surface, really, because it's horizontal. It's quite thin, and of course it's flying over the edge a little bit. Yes, looking at that reflection there, you could almost call it a flow coat that I've put on. You can use the same consistency for vertical surfaces, only as long as you put it on really thin. You can see that's not flowing down there, but where it's a little bit thicker up there, it is.
I know you're in there. Anybody home?
There's actually a wasp in that hole right now. And here's another one, trying to go in the same hole. Why do they take the tape off and let them in? And they make that weird noise.
This guy, as determined as he is, he's no match for the stainless steel in that hole.
Yes, I've lost the beard because it's been so hot in the shed. It's been in the mid to low 30s in Celsius. Believe it or not, we're 99% there with the fairing and sanding. Just got a little bit of touch up in the corners, like in that corner. Corners are really tricky. Fairing, it's all about the right tools. And this bad boy, you've done well, but you've got a bad injury. Rest in peace. No, not rest in peace. It needs a new gaiter, they call it around there. Seems to be their weakest point. They don't last forever on these beautiful rupee sanders. And the other really good sander I'm using is this one. And of course with the vacuum it saves a lot of the dust going everywhere. I've had this sander for years and years. It's been really good. The other thing is having a decent longboard. I've got 2 of them like that, which I made up myself. And there's just places where they're invaluable. You can put some power into it with those handles. Modelled off a Stanley planer. And then this one, which is really good on curved surfaces. Helps really fair curved surfaces. And the other thing is having enough sandpaper. You get past a certain point with it and you can probably put 3 or 4 times the effort in for the same result you get for having fresh sandpaper in there. As for the guy behind the camera, he seems to be doing okay with all this fairing. The shoulder I thought was going to really restrict me seems to have come right a little bit, believe it or not, touch wood. So let's get back into it. Yesterday I put another skim on these cabin sides. Not the easiest place to fare, and hopefully that's the last one. That noise is the rain. It's been a good hard week on the boat fairing. I've made a lot of progress. Pretty much the cabin is done. There's just a few little patches to fill. This corners to radius. There's blocks to finish fairing in. Cockpit's pretty much done. Just a bit of sanding in there. I've got the trailer bunks ready for painting. What else? I'm trying to clear up the bench, all the jobs on the bench, so I can get the masts down, and one of the jobs is to join the two sections of aluminium, and also to fit the bearing up there, the top bearing, how it'll fit into the tabernacle. I'll probably be doing that in the next week. So I'll wind up the video here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.